So I was talking to my daughter this morning about what you feed your mind is as important, if not a bit more important, than what you feed your body. And I was talking about music and what you watch on TV, what people say around you, whether you're consciously listening to them or not, you're feeding your mind. And it came from a conversation that we had about a dream that she had, not realizing how much of the things that you watch or listen to influence you subconsciously, and then it affects how you dream, how you think. So, and that's what I was telling her. Usually when we're in the car, you very rarely hear me listening to the radio. You don't really see me watching TV at home. Like, I watch my select few things, but I'm not really a TV person. I really watch what I listen. Yeah, I really watch what people say around me. Conversation wise, if you're talking crazy, I'll walk away from you. I will ignore you. I will hang on you. I'm just not interested in listening to mess, especially if you're talking about some negative stuff. If you're talking about me or somebody else, I just choose not to surround myself with that. And I try to tell our kids that a lot. You really have to pay attention to what you're feeding your mind. And a lot of adults, I'm starting to learn, have no idea. Like, we're in the car and I turned on the radio. I just turned it up, as an example. And it was a song from the 90s, Don't Walk Away. And of course I started singing it because, I can't help it. I like the song. But even though I like the song, it sounds nice, you can't help but really singing those songs. And I was telling her, you're saying those words. You're singing that song and you're saying those words to yourself. And you start to believe it after so long. It gets stuck in your head. And then people don't understand why they're sad all the time. They don't understand why they feel like they have to have people in their life. They don't feel like, understand why they feel like they have a man in their life or a woman in their life to make them happy. And that is absolutely not the case. Or, they accept so much more crap because the person singing that song was accepting crap. They were apologetic for what somebody else did. They were heartbroken. They were sad. They wanted you to take them back. And that's just the 90s. Like, not even to get into the music from today. Like, if you just went and looked up the lyrics for a song, or better yet, listened to it and wrote them down and then read it like a book or a poem, you would be like, what the heck am I telling myself? But you have these positive affirmations that people tell you, say to yourself. And I do that. I do positive affirmations to myself all the time. Because I'd rather feed my mind that and look silly to the next person than feed my mind what media is feeding you. You don't have to accept that. It is an absolute choice to get in the car and turn on the radio. And then for parents, with kids, you get in the car and you turn on the radio, and you may or may not really be paying attention to what they're saying, but you have your kid in the back seat and they're just soaking all of that up, especially the talking part of the radio. Like, the singing is terrible, but the talking part, I have heard, I was in a car and they were talking about like male enhancement pills, and they were just not discreet all of what they were saying. They talk about all kind of crazy things, and I'm like, what? This is the radio, like, that they know you play in the car, and people have kids, young kids are just being in their car. And I choose not to give that to my kids as mental food. Like, no. So anyway, like I was saying, I do positive affirmations. Because you can't block out every negative thing. So I definitely feed my mind positive things. I tell myself positive things. I surround myself by positive people. And it's intentional. You really have to set your intentions on what you want. You can't just go about life not really paying attention to what you're exposing yourself to. And it took me a while to get here. I think I was listening to John Legend, Ordinary People, whatever his name is. And, we're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go, something or whatever he was saying. And I'm like, no, we're not. Like, and it's just, I don't know, it was a love song. Can't remember the lyrics to the song now, but yeah, make a choice. Like, set your intention on being positive and watch how your life changes. Watch how the life of your children, the mental aspect of your children change. The dreams that they have, what they talk about, what they think about, what they're interested in. Like, just watch that. Watch what you're feeding them. You can't just say, eat your vegetables, is good for you. Don't eat all this candy, it's bad for your body. Like, you have to make sure that their mind is nourished. You're their parent. You are growing them, you're raising them, and when they become adults, they have to know how to go about life and not depend on you or depend on other people for their happiness. Like, you absolutely have to show them how to take control over what they to feed their mind, because they're little people and they're going to be exposed to all kind of crazy things. You're not going to be around them 24 hours a day, and that's a good thing, but you have to train them to be able to train their environment. They can make a choice about who they have around them. um and I never get on Snapchat, but that was just so important to me, to share, with people, because that's something that I've definitely come across on my journey. But I even tell adults, and I'm gonna get off of here, that um, what you tell yourself in your adult life, like, don't say I'm broke. Don't say, I can't do this. Just like a kid, like, don't, I hate my job. Don't say I hate my job. Like, want better for yourself. Know that you deserve better. Know that you have better out there. But what you think is what you believe. What you feel in your mind, you will think it and you will believe it, and that is what your life will become. So, I don't want to go in the circles here, but pay attention to what you're giving yourself. Pay attention to how your life is and make a conscious decision to make it better mentally, because life will follow your mental. I promise. That's all I have to say. Gotta get started on my day. Hope you guys were listening. Yeah, that's all I got for you.